looks like this is about it. I mean, I've got 2 assemblers to make versatile frameworks, another up there to make encased industrial beams, which reminds me I need to fill that middle box there with concrete. I had to move this box with all the steel pipes in it and take some out and into my own inventory. This thing's still running because it's got quite a few motors, but look at how many I've got here. Yeah, they only come in stacks of 50, which I didn't quite expect. But still, it shouldn't be that much of an issue, should it? Not sure how many stators I have left. This thing tends to proceed to crawl. Anyway, constructors, there are 5 of them, 4 of them going into eventually the assemblers to make versatile frameworks, because there's 2 assemblers that make versatile frameworks, and each of them needs 2 constructors, and then there's another constructor operating at half capacity to, oh fudge, hang on a second. That reminds me I have to make it so that the assembler only accepts steel beams at, oh wait, I set it to 40% and put that bottom box here as part of as a kind of a buffer. There we go. Yeah, 7.2 as opposed to 7, as opposed to the output of 7.5. So we'll have some accumulate in this bottom box. The top box is going to have encased industrial beams. There's also a box for the modular frames required for the versatile frameworks. Now I've calculated it, and it takes a little over an entire box full of modular frames to make all the versatile frameworks I'm going to need. So I'm going to have to keep track of that. And then I've got the 6 foundries to make the steel ingots. The 3 miners, all of them overclocked, to mine the iron ore, and the truck stop for the coal that's coming from Spiral Lake. But before I set all of this in motion, I am going to have to grab some modular frames and put away the steel beams I'm using, that I'm just sort of hanging on to. Oh, and the steel pipes too. And count out how many stacks of modular frames I'm using that I took, so that, because I want to make sure I get exactly the right amount of versatile frameworks. They're special parts, and the only thing they're really needed for is the project. I have no idea whether the next phase is going to require any at all. Although it's really, what really made my eyes bug out is the sheer number of them. I mean, 2,500? Yeah, that's a lot. Which is why I set up that factory in the first place. A whole factory for versatile frameworks. And by the way, as soon as I get like enough of them, I'll have to check on that factory periodically, but as soon as I get enough, I'm going to ship them all to the space elevator. Oh yeah, and while I'm thinking about it, I need concrete. There's the combine factory. I used some spare rods and put it back in motion. Okay, so, let me just go back to base and drop all that stuff off. But there are only 10 stacks out of the 25 that I need. That's 40%. That's substantial-ish, but I was hoping I'd have more. Okay, I put 10 stacks in there. They're all being fed into the assemblers. Should be 5 stacks apiece. And I put some concrete in here. So all that's left now is to start the coal thing going. Actually, it's not going to strike that. It isn't. It's too... Well, very honestly, I think I should start the coal first. Because then I'll start the tractor, and then I'll start the miners. I think there's like 2 loads in there for the tractor to pick up. Oh well. Oh my goodness, this thing was on. And the other one? Also on? Yeah, I don't remember doing that. Okay, where's the tractor? There it is. Hopefully the new machines aren't in its way or anything. So this thing is on the route. Doesn't look like it is. Moved like that. If I put it on one of the nodes, is that gonna just make sure that autopilot's on? Yeah, okay. Ah, there it goes. Okay. Now let's start these miners. Didn't overclock these. At least I didn't seem to overclock this one. Okay, yeah, the other 2 are fine. And there. It's gonna take the tractor some time to go back, to return. double check the value of this pause here. Yeah, that's normal. So all I'm really waiting for is the tractor to come back. This thing's still running, but it doesn't have very long. And I suppose I should be glad of that. After all, I'll fill up that entire box with motors. May even have a couple of stators and steel pipes left over. This is getting ridiculous. Where's that truck? Looks like it is approaching. Yeah, here it comes. I'll just head off right here and wait for it to get to the truck stop. Somehow I think these things on my legs are a bit more trouble than they're worth. Okay, there it goes. And there's the coal. It still has to sort of work through the all this routing. Eventually it'll reach the foundries. The foundries are going to start putting out steel ingots. I suppose some of them are going to start up at different times. But that's kind of beside the point. Eventually they'll get in sync with one another. See, there's the constructors, they're going. And they're making steel beams. So it looks like everything, judging by the flow rate here, and the fact that it isn't really stopping or hiccuping or anything like that. Although, well, I mean, I already did put like a whole stack of iron ore in there. So I imagine that might be something of a sticking point to it, but maybe I can slow down the rate of iron ore production. Oh, it is supposed to bit less than optimal. Because of the full stacks of iron I put in to sort of kickstart the process. However, it is making these versatile frameworks, which should be some in this top box. Looks like the first ones are coming in right just now. What about the encased industrial beams? Yeah, I got some. All right. So let me see, what do I have for supplies? Just these. It's not bad. I mean, I was thinking of, I suppose I am going to need some more copper wire eventually, but for now, there's one thing I gotta do before I do anything else. This is kind of raising an eyebrow here. Should be continuous, this, but let me check up on the research, see if there's any that I can do like right just now. This one I know I can't. Although I can get that missing component. Come to think of it, all this is because I ran across a couple of wrecked freighters. So it looks to me as though I can dig for some more Caterium and unlock this thing. The rest of it I don't think I can get my hands on right now. Although I could make explosive rebar. Or cluster nobelisks. Maybe if I set up a black powder factory. I mean, I could do that at Coal Mountain. I think that's what I called it. Before I do anything, though, I ought to turn this back on. Just prime some these smelters we were, particularly the one with the one that goes back to that makes rods. Let's trace this a little here. Goes back there, there. I can't put this in here, can I? Huh, I didn't know I could do that. Well, alright. Start turning these on here. I think I underclocked the one miner because I didn't want to... I wanted to make it a little bit more exact as far as how many rods it made. But now that there's room for more things, alright. Let me just make another automatic miner, then we'll go to the Caterium place. I need like a couple of hundred. Wait, how much Caterium ore do I have like right now? I swear I had some. 155. Well, it isn't really enough. But it is enough to get started on. So, let me switch things around a bit. How is this, by the way? The top is 548. So I'm not going to overclock any of this. It's really just a drop in the bucket right now. And I'm going to make some couple of automated miners, portable miners, I mean. And head off towards the Caterium node. I think it shouldn't be too hard to take the car there.